saw this young lady's video, immediately I thought about Rich Homie Quan. She's talking about something that honestly affects all of us, even if you don't take any of these drugs. Because in most cases, if you're not taking any of these drugs yourself, then I'm quite sure you know somebody that does. And so with that being said, if you or they were to start showing withdrawal symptoms, would either one of y'all know what to do? She talks about if one of y'all was to start having a seizure, would the other person know what to do? And if you had to call the cops, would you know what to say? And that part particularly stuck out to me because in our community, a lot of us don't even like to engage with the police, even in an emergency situation. Now, she goes on to talk about the symptoms of an overdose, and this part really opened my eyes. Did you know that if somebody was having an overdose in front of you, it could look like respiratory failure, slow breathing, small pupils, or unresponsiveness? And if it didn't click automatically for you, these are things you would not be able to detect if the person was sleeping. And so she suggests that if you know somebody that's using drugs heavily, or maybe if they just popped a pill one time to get the party started, she says that if you see somebody nodding off, pick their head up and make sure that their breathing is not obstructed. And if you see somebody sleeping, even just for 45 minutes, just, check on them. Put a little hand under their nose, make sure they breathing okay. Or maybe shrug them a little bit just to, make sure that they still moving and still alert. Now, the last part of her video that I want to touch on is this Narcan. This is another one that she showed. She said that in most cases, you can just go to your local pharmacy and get one of these for free. And if you don't know how to use one, I'm sure they can show you how to use one. And if you're taking drugs or your friends are taking drugs, honestly, why wouldn't you want to have one of these on hand? And honestly, there's no shame in saying that this is something you've never even thought about. But now that you've seen this video, you have thought about it. So think about going to CVS and seeing if they got a Narcan kit that you can keep in the whip. Small enough to fit in your little man purses or your glove compartment in a car. And if it could save a life, I mean, seriously, why not?